My stream just kind of flickered in and out real quick. I'm not sure what just happened. But OBS reconnected very quickly, so it was fine. I was still in contact with Cuts the whole time, so
Yep.
probably a Twitch issue.
I saw it happen. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was still here. Could still hear you. It's probably just a Twitch issue. Seems to have been resolved. We're still here. I'm still mining. This Sojourner's Sash is really handy for just kind of running around in mines.
It's handy for flying.
Well, yes, that too, but I mean, like, running around over uneven terrain is easier.
Hmm. Well, the boots do the same, but they're just worse.
They're not a sash.
The only thing that the boots do that the sash doesn't is that it gives you air control. You can change your velocity in midair. But when you can fly anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Nope. Okay, I'm now quite lost. Should have brought my dev null with me.
Especially because it's so cheap.
I could just make one, yeah. I do have to say that interacting with them is kind of weird.
Blame Mickey.
There we go. Waited a whole bunch of cobble. You said there was a version of it that could have a larger number of things? Like stored up to max int?
No. In that it's... you know the deep storage units from MFR?
Mm-hmm.
The Thormic Tinkerer Black Hole Talisman from Kami is basically one of those that you carry. It works kind of like the forestry backpacks on supply mode, but it can store 2 billion items.
Okay.
It's also really awkward to make. Because you'd have to do all of the forbidden researches to be able to get there.
Yeah, that sounds unpleasant. I can see the node. Oh, and I made this really cool pick, and I'm just using the hammer.
Yeah.
I should have made a really cool hammer, obviously.
That would have taken a lot more metal.
That's a good point.
And you can't really skimp on that one either. Because you don't have a equivalent binding. All the both plate and the head both contribute to the durability, so if you put paper there, it'd be really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Fight with skeleton heads. Bring it on. Maybe I shall summon 3 withers at the same time.
Comedy! Or at least entertainment.
Ran out of stars. Must obtain more.
I cannot use my pickaxe to place a torch. It doesn't work. I can use my torch to place a torch. I actually meant to use an apple to feed myself, but oh well.
Why would you do something so pedestrian?
Sorry? What'd you say?
Why would you do something so pedestrian as blazing a torch with a torch?
I know, right? Well, sometimes I just have to deal with average means. Huh. Interesting. Looks like somebody was setting up a quarry here. And didn't get real far.
When skeletons spawn in the nether, they're supposed to spawn almost all as wither. I currently have only one more this skeleton head, and then I have normal skeleton head.
Hmm. I've not found any fire. This is a desert, right? Yeah. I have found no fire shards.
There should be some there.
I can't really hear you, fire.
Yeah, you're super quiet.
Sorry, I'm using my built-in mic on my Mac.
It's okay. Just okay. Oh, there's fire. Fire shards, not fireball. Clearly. 2.
Huh, I thought I had more, but okay.
Well, I just found 2 fire shards in the desert. And that's all I found. I've been in the desert for a while now. I mean, this age is nothing but desert. Actually, these caves are the caves I implemented, aren't they? Because this is the digger age. This is basically the vanilla caves. I've just kind of tweaked them a bit. But yeah, these are my caves.
See what you did to yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Here's where that boss shows up while I'm fighting the wither. This is... Oh, nuts.
Nuts?
I missed with one of the skulls. So that's presumably going to have blown 3 of them up.
I now have a creeper morph.
Yep. Yeah, I completely destroyed one set of skulls.
Yay.
Hmm. Oh, it's only like 30 seconds of wither, that's fine.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah, pretty much. Not doing any damage to me.
It's dark in here. I bring light to the darkness. Nobody's been over here. No torches. Alright. And here comes the creeper. Oh, what was that? It was a bat with a panda hat. Now I have a bat morph. Yay. I obviously haven't been mining before. Something shooting at me from where? Back here. Oh, there he is. Ow. And he's dead.
Division sigils. I don't need you anymore. Turn them into iron.
Hmm. Alright, so in terms of fire shards appearing in the desert, where are they most likely to appear in the desert?
In my AE system.
Alright, I'll go get them out of the AE system. Yeah. The creeper just kind of looked at me and went, never mind, I'm not gonna kill you. But you know, I kind of appreciate it. Fire. Fire shards, Batman. Lots of air, too. Interesting. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Home again. Jiggity jig. Alright. Where did I put this in a bar? Nowhere. I apparently don't have any. Now I do. I think I've actually... I should just do this way. No. Apparently I've put my shards over here. Okay. Put that in there. That up there. These things. It's a drop. Let's pull all the stuff out of here that I don't need to be carrying around. Like this. Throw this into my storage. Okay, hopefully, right. That's not going to go in there because it's in that. Right. Okay. Ores of various kinds go in here. Throw these things there. Drops here. And I think that's, well, not quite everything sorted, but most of it. Okay. Right. Oops. Sort. And the drop goes there. And that should be sorted. Good deal. Alright. Put my one back. I did need to be carrying that around as it was. What am I doing now? Well, I have both fire shards now. That's what I went to get. So, I think I actually only need 2, easily enough. Don't recall, and the information's in my book, which is in here. Alright. 2 shards. I should actually have a couple extra just in case it decides to do something mean to me. A carrot, just easy. Wheat, just easy. An arcade lamp, need to make that first. Okay. Amber block. Niter. 2 iron nuggets and a daylight sensor. Okay, so let's grab the niter. And I hope I had enough. Amber block. Excellent. How in the world do I make a daylight sensor? Slabs, quartz, and glass. Do I have normal glass at all? Yes. I think I have some slabs. Does it have to be wood slabs? It has to be wood slabs. Okay. Oh. Okay, so glass. Slabs. Okay, and now I need to get some quartz. I have some. Oops, wrong one. Daylight sensor. Alright. And it was iron ingots. So grab 2 out of here. Dink, dink. Dink. Niter. Arcane lamp. I should scan that. I've scanned that before. because there's a whole bunch in Digger. Alright. So, back to this. 2 gold ingots, wheat, carrot, fire shards, and my arcane light. And then I'll figure out Essentia in a bit, but it's Bestia, Lux, and Victus, which I have enough of as it stands. Lux will be easy. Torches work fine, since they're just torches. Just Lux. Let's go ahead and grab extras for that. Put all the carrots and things in here. I have more than enough. Keep going, golems, you're great. So, carrot, wheat, gold ingots, fire shards, arcane lamp. Let's get that Essentia together. So I'm gonna need 3 jars. And let's see, what have I got? Fames, Herba, Humanus, Metallum, Perditio, Sensus, Spiritus, Terra. So, no. Oh, I've actually gotten rid of all my Bestia. But 16 Victus is easy. Lux. I'll just... These open, these need to be closed. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flame on! I'm burning torches. Okay. Yep. And the dark secrets reveal themselves to me through the form of strange whispers. Right. Lux. And now Bestia. Don't recall how I've been producing Bestia. Fairly certain it's because it's been from reducing Humus. Yeah. So let's do that a bit. We can also look at what I can burn to get Bestia directly. Eggs would be a great option if I'd set up that chicken farm. Guess I should really do that. String, leather, if I'm almost there. Yeah, I should have set up that chicken farm. Oh wow. Soon. How much beef did we get? 6. Let's set up a chicken farm. Let's get a whole bunch of that cooking. I have more Humanus. Humanus is relatively cheap. So I'll distill a bunch of it. Because Cognitio is reasonably useful and Bestia is reasonably useful, so having it's good. Alright, let's go ahead and put those down there. How's it order it in here? I like to do it the same way. I have no idea if it matters. I like to not push chance too much. Lux, Victus, Bestia. Okay. For the chicken farm. It's not really a chicken farm so much as it's an egg generator. But yeah. This. I must have gotten that bow from the skeleton there. I've probably never scanned a bow. I've discovered a clue to a new research. Huzzah. Alright, so... where do I want to put this chicken generator? Or the egg generator? Oh no. They're kind of noisy. Let's do it here. Why are you walking into what's going to be the chicken pen? Walk away from the chicken pen. Alright. We need a hopper. And... they drop feathers now too, don't they? Cuts, do you know? Do chickens occasionally molt feathers now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna need something more advanced than just a hopper and a chest. Or a barrel. How to
Vacuum
do that?
hopper.
No, it's not so much picking it up. The hopper's easy.
Vacuum hopper
but-
can output items in more than one direction. You can attach it to 2 separate barrels.
Oh. In that case, yes. Vacuum hopper. Vacuum hopper requires... the stuff I don't have, just blaze powder, I think.
Oh, well, I got plenty of them. Got the spawners.
Yep, so I'll probably just... oh, I don't have obsidian either. Way has a way to generate it. If you've not seen Way's Waterworld, I like the way to tongue, then this place is pretty impressive. It's entirely underwater, and the easiest way to get here is to turn into a squid. Or actually, the easiest way to get here is by Mr. Link Book, but if you're traveling via the surface, you have to turn into a squid to get down here. I don't really know my way around here, though, because it's not my place. So, but here's the thing for generating obsidian. It's actually a lava generator. Hopefully this does mine obsidian properly. Does. Yay. So I'll just sit and do this for a bit. Grab some obsidian. I don't think I need... actually, I just need one for the vacuum hopper, but I might as well grab a bit while I'm here. I'm probably draining... 2's enough. I don't need a whole lot. I'm probably draining his life network there doing that, but I expect Way to have an extensive network for blood. Right. You said you had a source for blaze powder?
Yeah. Question is, can we catch one of them?
Catch one of them.
The rods get picked up and then sent straight to a generator.
Oh. Yeah. Hmm.
Hope I didn't go into the spikes on the roof. Ah! So far I haven't managed to grab any, they've been grabbed straight away by the transfer nodes.
It's kind of funny
Also,
to
I
watch
can
the
barely
blazes
see.
fight each other. Did you get one?
Hmm?
Did you get that one?
No.
Ah.
If you go down onto the basement area behind the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
you'll find... No, I mean not down there, in the house. You'll be able to find the generator at the bottom of the ladder. Just
Alright.
grab some out of there as they come through.
That sounds easier, yeah. Downstairs. Ah. How do you get there?
Behind the stairs there's a trapdoor, go around the side.
Oh, around that side. Okay. Very sneaky.
I've managed to actually grab 6 already now,
Oh, okay.
by hand.
Where are they going down here?
Straight into the generator. They come to the barrel. Yeah.
Ah.
They go straight into the generator there through the bottom.
Yeah.
But I got some hit.
Thank you. That will help a lot. Because I'm kind of useless
Somehow
in fighting
I've
blazes.
obtained 2 blaze rods that don't stack with the other blaze rods, and I don't really know why.
Yeah, I've noted the same thing. You can stick them in the barrel, they should work.
No, it didn't. Put them straight in the
Didn't
generator.
go in the
though.
barrel. The problem
They
is
didn't
they're
go in the
getting
barrel, but
MBT.
I put them in the generator, and the generator put the other ones onto it. So
Okay.
I don't know.
No, the problem is they're getting MBT modifications. Some minor bit of data in their NBT, and they don't normally have NBT. So when that's added to them, they change slightly. They're not identical
Yeah.
items anymore. They won't stack.
What's adding it?
Chad apparently still can't believe I have a face. That's okay, I stole this one. Hi, chat. Hello, Cillian Held. Alright, so... I should scan these 2 things. Why? I don't know. I've done... I've got most of the things I need for points, but might as well scan these things. Okay. Vacuum hopper. I have ender blaze powder. And now I just need to make a hopper. Which I can do fairly readily if I can get my iron out. Go iron! Let's make the chest first. Dink, dink. Okay, one hopper. Let's apply the blaze powder to an ender pearl. Oops, wrong one. So now an eye of ender, which I should scan. Okay. Soren is apparently streaming at the same time. What's he doing? XComp has a face! Pixar didn't happen. There's the hopper. There's the obsidian block. Vacuum hopper. This one's from open blocks. Alright. Can they stand on the vacuum hopper?
Yes.
Okay. Like it'll block them from going through?
It's solid, but it's not a full block. But they shouldn't be able to get through the gap.
Shouldn't. It doesn't happen to pull things through blocks, does it?
It will pull them... Well, you mean... It won't actually pull them through it, but it will try to, yes.
Okay, what if there's a grate?
I mean, the item... The suction will still happen, even through a wall, because it doesn't check for line of sight. Raycasting would be too expensive, but...
Okay.
It, yeah. If the items can't get through, then they won't.
And it can only output in two directions?
Can output in any direction you like.
Alright. I may change this around a bit.
Yeah, it could, any of the 6 output, 6 faces can output to. You just turn them on and the little interface thing inside it.
Okay. Well, let's, let's do like this then. I'm going to put down a grate from Forgecraft and make it so that the chickens stand on that and the items fall through the grate. And then use this to suction up items and put them in barrels around here. That should work really nicely. The chickens get out, or not the chickens, the cows. They're big chickens! The cows will get out of the way. Right, so. Out of my face, cow. Get out of my face, you cow! Clearly that's working. Ah. Noted. Okay, so I have barrels here that are currently in use for dirt and cobble. I want java barrels. How do I make java barrels? Chest, logs, and slabs. So I can make 3 pretty readily already. Gonna have to pull these out here. Okay, so if I'm making 3, go. Shunk, shunk, shunk. Convenient. Alright. Better barrels. Why are you in the way, Any-Eye? Go away. Apparently depends on how I look at it, how that renders. And this cow is in the way. Okay, so it's now outputting in those 3 directions. Excellent. Okay, so let's... Ay. Soren is indeed doing mining for charity this weekend. I didn't know that he was doing it presently. But... excellent thing. Do support him on that. Do support the charity in general. Okay. You can actually apparently, why do the cows like this corner so much? Oh, okay, you can right click and rotate the cube. Whee! Sorry. Alright, I need to make a grate. Grate. How do I make grate? Oh, I haven't learned how to do that yet. Guess I'll learn how to do that first. It's a bit complicated, but this is easy enough. Metallum is terra and tres. Needs to be tres. Yes. Terra. Terra herba. Arbor. Air. No, how did I want to get to fire? Lux was involved. You're breaking up really badly. What was that? Cuts has been abducted by the Cybermen, obviously. And I'm aware that this magic is going to be evil. Right, so fire to that. I knew a way. Potentia has Ordo. You're right. So I can do.
Connection lost.
Oh, there goes the FTB TeamSpeak. Okay. So that's now conjoined. And then Fabrico becomes Instrumentum and Humanus. Humanus can become Ordo. Wouldn't better if that was order, wouldn't it? I'm just going to putting down another order there. So,
Connected.
reconnected.
I don't know what happened there. Apparently a load of people dropped.
The entire server rebooted.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was saying you should have changed that central Ignis to Auto instead, and then you could have linked Vitreous then to Terra to Metal.
Yes. But, oh well. That was
There,
wrong.
instead of Humanus, you could put Auto, and it'd be linked.
Yeah.
Yay, backseat researcher. I'll stop now.
Since I meant to put Ordo and just distracted myself, and then forgot what I was doing. I have gained warp. I think that's my third. I'm trying to get to the... Oh, I didn't need to do that for the item crate. I wanted to do that eventually anyway. Alright, well the item crate is just iron bars and a trapdoor. Very easy. So, trapdoor and iron bar. I even have the stuff together already. Amazing. Okay, one item crate. This is mostly so items will fall through and the chickens won't. Apparently made it difficult to get through here. Okay. Go. And now it's open. Yes, I have been upgraded. The magic has changed me. I have some eggs. Not really sure how many. 7. Hopefully I get some chickens from that. I'm going to increase the height of the wall here. I've once more made it difficult to get in there. Nope, no chickens. Well, bah. Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hunt down a chicken. I know there's one over here. You're coming with me. Yes, I know, I look older, or I sound older than I look. Chicken! And there's one egg on here. 1. Sounds like somebody just linked in. Ah, Cuts appears to be firing eggs. Thank you!
Eggs and 1 chicken.
There's 2 chickens!
1, 2.
Thank you for getting that reference. It's a sheared sheep. It's still sheared, apparently. Huh. Right. It's another chicken. Chicken abductor. I am abducting chickens. And then sticking them in a pen. I'm a terrible person. Can't say I mind. Alright. So. Is there another chicken around here? I think there's. Maybe. A sheep over here. Cows. Sheep. I see a chicken on the map. I don't see the chicken. There he is. Whoosh. Alright, that should be enough chickens to get some decent production going here. Alright. Well, I still need... no I don't. I can just grab what I've got here for Bestia. Because I needed 2 Bestia. Or rather, 16 Bestia, but 2 vials of Bestia. Okay. That should be everything. Okay. Now I'm going to need my wand to actually start it and make sure that my okay, I have these things as backup. Put these away. I don't need them on me right now. Right, so let's pull out the book real quick. Make sure that in making this thing, I just need my wand to start it. I don't think I need to spend any of this from the wand in order to actually achieve anything. So no. That was wrong. Supposed to do that.
Dropped off 4 more Enderlody seeds.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Oh gosh. It's like straight away. Instability.
What's that?
Seeing you start that infusion, it immediately starts crackling with lightning.
Yeah, I know. Does that mean I was doing it wrong, or?
No, it means it's unstable, so there is potential for things to go wrong.
Yeah, but is that just a property of what I was making?
There is a base instability with every recipe.
Yeah.
Which varies from recipe to recipe. And to counteract that, you need to have certain things around the altar to increase the stability, like crystals, skulls, candles, and that kind of thing. in symmetrical patterns. I mean, underneath mine, I have 4 layers of how many? I've got a total of 192 candles underneath there, increasing the stability. So basically,
Okay.
there is no recipe I can do, which, well, probably if I did like one of the Awakened Icorium ones or something like that, it would probably get to the point where there might be a little bit of stability showing, because those are both ludicrously dangerous by their base instability and extremely long, so they require several full jars of Essentia.
Okay.
And it gets more and more unstable the longer the infusion goes on for.
Yeah. Right. So, now... I need more Victus.
Candles are the easy one to make, though, because you can just do the magical tallow from rotten flesh and just get the precontation from, like, netherwort or something like that, and just make a ton of it.
In a jar.
As it
don't
turns
see
out,
it
the
there.
crystals of skulls are no more effective than the candles, so it's just any combination of those items.
Okay. Good to know.
But they must be symmetrical, like the pedestals.
Oop, I don't know why I picked up the... I'm apparently getting tired. Speaking of pedestals... the arrangement for mine, is it fine, you think?
Yeah, it's fine. You just need... at every position where there is a pedestal, you need one directly opposite, mirrored across the central pedestal underneath the matrix.
So is it radial mirrored, or mirrored like X, Y, or X, Z axis kind of thing? So like mirrored this way, so... Hang on, so that... You'll see this in a minute. This one is paired with this one?
Well,
Or
it's so
this
that
one?
if you drew a line from the pedestal you're placing to the one in the centre, it's perpendicular to that is the axis of reflection.
Okay.
As far as I know. Just put them opposite, and if you've got an even number or whatever, you just put them so that they're all opposite.
Yeah, I've been trying
as
to
possible.
cover both, basically, make it so it's symmetrical both ways.
I don't think they need to be spaced or anything, as far as I know. They just need to be opposite.
Mhm.
It's like, for every pedestal, you add some instability. For every pedestal that's opposite a pedestal, you take away twice as much.
Okay.
And the same
Cool.
with the ones that have items on. When you have a recipe that has like 5 items or whatever, it's the best thing to do, rather than space them out evenly around the thing, get 4 of them to be 2 opposite pairs and then put the 5th one wherever.
Yeah. Okay. Let's gather up these, 'cause at this point they're all grown. Well, most of them anyway. Okay, so now place this jar here.
They have to be by tubes now. You can't have... The only thing that draws from jars is infusion.
Oh, so it has to be by tubes now. Oh, okay.
You could have a jar,
That's
and then
different.
it will suck from the jar through a tube, but it doesn't pull directly anymore.
But can I put the jar on top of it directly?
Well, no, because you have to have the tube on top of the jar, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
You can put the jar on the side of the lamp and have 2 bits of pipe.
I wanted it directly above. doesn't seem to be connecting to the lamp of fertility here.
I don't know how. Well, it's meant to, as far as I know. I don't know how you're meant to make it.
The lamp of fertility probably has to take it from the bottom. That was the wrong way to say that. I apologize. Where's my lamp of fertility? Oh, it's probably in here.
I was gonna say, check the vacuum hopper or something.
Okay. Ah, you could just do that directly. Ooh, instantly small children. Okay. Now, I need a slaughter golem. Butcher. Which means I need to make another golem. And I don't have... What's open? Close things. In order to get Motus, I think I have to boil down Bestia. Or I can use, Open the wrong thing. Okay. But I can actually use, for instance, levers, or, I can burn trapdoors directly. If I use the trapdoor route, trapdoors are kind of expensive to make. Levers are actually much, much cheaper. But I don't get just Motus, I get several other things. For levers, I actually get, let's look.
What are you trying to get?
Motus.
Rubber.
Yeah, but I don't have any rubber.
There's like rubber trees at spawn. And an extractor at the workshop.
That'd work. I think I had... I don't have any... Oh, I'm out of Humanus. Alright. Oops. Wrong mouse button. Okay. Go. I have no idea if this area will remain loaded at all while I'm gone. I have not chunk loaded it.
I'll probably linger at least for a while.
Hmm. The extractor at the workshop, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this?
Like at one of the industrial craft side bit. One of them, is it? You'd still need to tap the rubber at spawn.
Oh, you mean like I was looking for a tap. Sorry, I was thinking you said there was a tap around here.
No, but they're not hard to make. Just 5 wood.
Yeah.
No, the extractor's for getting 3 rubber for each resin instead
Yeah,
of 1.
turning it into rubber. Tree tap. To spawn. Can feel the madness coming on. Alright, so there they are.
I'm going to need to make 2 silverwood rods just for the sticks in this pickaxe.
I can
It's like
jump
jamming
over
3
things.
ingots on the end of a staff.
Say again?
For this pickaxe I'm building, I'm going to need silverwood, 1 cores, just for the sticks. They are the sticks.
Alright, are there any other untapped spots? Doesn't look like it.
That is actually cheaper than I remember it being.
What is?
Have you, the Awakened Icorium pickaxe, have you actually seen the recipe for that before?
Nope.
Oh. Right, so the thing you're infusing is an Icorium pickaxe in the first place, which requires 3 Icorium, which itself is really expensive. And 2,
Mm-hmm.
1, the silverwood, 1 causes the sticks. So that just gets you the inert packs, which is like a diamond pickaxe, but no durability. On top of that, you require 1 ichor, 1 ichor cloth, 1 bar of Icorium. You'd have
Okay.
those by that point anyway, they're fairly thing. 2 pickaxes are the core, 2 excavation foci, a diamond, native gold, iron and cinnabar cluster, a piece of TNT. Those are your 12 reagents around the outside of the infusion altar.
Wow.
Then 50 ignis, 50 lucrum, 32 metallum, 32 meto, is that? Yeah, meto, 64 perfodio, 16 census, 32 terra. Instability dangerous.
Yeah. Yeesh.
And that's cheaper than I remember.
Sounded nice and complicated.
Yeah, but it's absolutely insane. The actual item is just absolutely crazy. Yeah, I know the recipe hasn't changed, but the one I was thinking of was the boots, I think. The one that had a mining, an arcane bore as one of the things that you have to infuse into the leggings. Or boots, or whatever they were. Yeah, there. Boots of the horizontal shield. Diamond, 2 Ichor, a Thaumonomicon, a wand focused primal, golden boots, a piece of grass, an arcane boar, a lamp of growth, some seeds, some wool, and a lead. A
Well
load
then.
of Essentia. Just the arcane boar in itself, how that's an infusion and requires a load of other junk.
What was the name of this thing?
That one is a boots of the horizontal shield, which are like the awakened Ichor cloth boots.
Okay.
They're like crazy. I mean, you go really, really fast, faster than Boots of the Traveller. You jump really high, you walk up blocks like that, but it also means you have a continual haste effect and turns any dirt below you into grass.
Interesting. That's because I'm bored. I'm pretending there's drums here. I'm sitting here staring at an extractor.
It's fun, TM.
It's exciting!
Hello.
Hello! How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you. What did I miss? Anything good?
Nothing good. By which I meant to imply some things evil. But I've built my lamp of fertility
Nice.
and have 2 baby cows to show for it.
Nice.
I'm now working towards making another golem, which I will use to kill the cows.
Oh, let's come take a look.
I'm gonna have
So
to.
is this your final house design, like in the side of the mountain?
I want to be in the side of the mountain, but this is not the final arrangement for things. It's just the current arrangement of things. Stuff moves.
The golem does not appear to harvest the oreberry bushes.
He does it in single player. He doesn't do it in multiplayer. I have to ask Gazanor why.
Must be some type of setting or...
Might be. Let's see here.
Yeah, for whatever reason, my MacBook Air had issues with playing on Forgecraft.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Well, it was fine until I went into Digger, then it had issues.
What kind of issues? Did you change that setting?
I did change that setting. That's why I thought the issues. That's how those issues were. I was just frozen at Digger, but I don't know.
Yeah, still more than a stack of entropy shards. 14 air shards. Because I have to spend the air shards making, like, the balance shards. Unless that's fixed.
Be worth looking to see if it's fixed.
Yes, I suppose so.
Okay, so do I have any empty jars? I'm gonna
It
make
actually
some-
seems to
I
be.
need to make more jars.
Hooray.
Good.
Go back in there, Air. I want more entropy shards out. You're too precious.
I'm gonna make some more.
Need more reeds.
I want to make some more jars. To do that, I'm gonna need some basic glass. In order to get that, I'm gonna go back to Digger.
Never enough jars.
Never enough jars. This is why I had Digger making stone and glass and all sorts of things. Alright. So it's 7. Is there a multiple of, well, I guess 7 times 16. It's 4. That's 7. There we go. And now I need 16 slabs. Which the best I can do is 18. Okay. Jars! Better.
Oh, I figured out how the zombies are getting my house.
Oh, good. How?
There's a hole in the basement that goes outside.
Guess that'll do it. All right. Steadily getting there. It stopped again. Lag. Okay. Now they'll get us up to a nice multiple of 8. Hopefully. I had 24. It's a multiple of 8. So. Ba-ba-ba. Okay. Good bit of Motus there. I'm gonna grab... What'd I do with all my jars? Where are all my, files? I have like a full stack of files somewhere. Anybody see where they went? Middle row to the left. I don't think that's helpful. Because by the time you tell me, it's been by. Oh yeah, there they are. They're in my inventory. Thanks. Okay, so I've got Spiritus. I've got Motus. And I've got Humanus. We are a go. I need more Grey Logs. Whoop. I don't have an axe. Guess I should make a Digger's Construct axe at some point. Everyone sees where they went, except me. I was always the worst at Easter egg hunts. There we go. That was weird. There's a node down there. Looks very much Terra. Lots of Terra. Alright. Axe of the Stream would be a great idea. Yeah, I should do that. Make me a couple of those. I want to make some golems with them. Chop, specifically. Alright, so... make some more wood golems. And that's one. Okay, that's two. Now. Slaughter, that's it. No, butcher. It's called butcher. I was like, what am I gonna make? Butcher. I've never made anything with this warp stuff before, so I don't know whether.
Oh, you have warp?
You could barely get into Thumbcraft research without getting a bit of warp.
Actually, almost all of it's dead ends.
The research mastery is something that.
Yeah, but it's not essential.
Ah, well.
Basically, quite a few things that are vanilla ones weren't forbidden before now are, like, you know, butcher core and all that, and the bone wand cores, bread in a jar, advanced golems, flesh golems. What else?
Right. So, do I have
The
any cores?
one focus 9 hells. Liquid Death, that's a new one. The Infernal Furnace, bread in a jar, the 2 of the masks on the fortress armor. Yeah, flesh golems, advanced golems, butcher core. And then the rest is like in the Eldritch tree. So 1 focus primal, staff core of the primal, void metal wand caps.
Okay. Huh. Those are 2 forms of Essentia I've not produced prior. So... tell 'em. Sword and bow. I don't
Arrows
think
and
anything...
soul sand.
Hmm?
Arrows and soul sand. We'll get you
Arrows.
Tellum and Vinculum.
Okay.
Or stone sword.
Stones might be the easiest. Vinculum. Vinculum is hard.
Soul sand.
Soul sand, yeah. I don't have any soul sand. I had to go to the nether to get it.
Do you have at least 1 bit of soul sand?
No.
Yeah, I've got some soul sand. if you come here, you can grab like one bit of the soul sand and then throw it into the left mana pool, and it'll duplicate
Okay.
and repeat. Just don't empty the entire pool because it takes forever to reload. Reload, refill.
Okay. It's one of the things that soul sand is actually one of the most useful things to boil.
Hmm.
Well, like,
Though I don't use it for the spiritus or anything because it's so you need so much of it and it's so little spiritus for it, because with the doing ichor you need 64 spiritus to make one batch of ichor, so I just do it from gas tiers instead.
Ah, alright. So did you have...
Then you throw into this one.
Yeah.
Not the left one, not the middle one.
The left one and not this one?
Yeah, this one's got a alchemy focus underneath it. This one's got a conjuration one, which is one you need.
Okay.
You can just drop a whole stack and it'll duplicate them in a big lump.
Ah. That's cool. Thank you.
No problem. So I knew I did some of the Britannia stuff for a reason.
It's definitely useful.
Oh, the alchemy one is quite easy to build, and that one's really good because that one allows you to turn rotten flesh straight into leather,
Alright, that sounds
And-
useful.
like cobble into sand, stuff like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go off now because I'm gonna do some Borderlands 2.
See ya.
Alright, see you. Apparently already scanned soul sand.
Okay, for some reason TeamSpeak won't close. That's good. Here,
You
like
just-
literally,
you
I'm
can't
clicking
leave.
the X and it's not going away.
Because you're not supposed to leave. You're supposed to
You're not
stay.
allowed to leave. You must stay here.
Maybe it's warp effects won't let him leave.
Yeah. His warp effects make him think he's clicking the button, but he's really not. Yeah.
Sounds like he got it.
He seems to have. Some of these are open. Alright. I forgot to open things, so. Oh, vacuous. I don't have a space for you. But I have jars. I'm gonna put you over to this side. Can't pull that out directly. Okay. Alright, so I need me some of my pipes. And apparently I need at least one lever in order to make one of them. Stick. Cobble. As said, levers are good for stuff. Do 4 different essentia per level. Lever. Alright, so first, that there, then that there. Now, let's grab one of these and go ahead and label this. Doesn't really matter, but yeah. Okay, so mostly so I can get some Victus, which I'll use over here the first time with the butchery thing working. Okay, so I need to make guard. Still gonna need Tellum. And guess I'll make a wooden sword. I haven't done that yet on this game. Oops. There we go. 1 Tellum, 3 Arbor. So I'm gonna need to build 3 wooden sword or 4 more wooden swords. Just to whoops. I happen to have a plank floating around somewhere. Apparently not. Alright. So that's... I was supposed to make 5. I don't see the... Okay, that's 5. Alright, so... I already have a lot of Terra. I don't need Terra. Wish I had a use for Terra. Well, let's see here. If I break down Vacuous, what's it wind up being? I can answer that already if I could just remember it. I do know this. Air and Perdicio. I don't have a use for Perdicio either. So this is just kind of something I have. Hopefully in time I'll find a use for our most aspects, or at least all the primal ones. That would be good. Most essentia. Well, let's see what we can do here. Spiritus and Terra. Let's go ahead and use the things I already have for that. Let's put some stuff away. So I'm not quite so overburdened with stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. That'll do. So let's see here. Let's go to this one. Let's make sure all my valves are closed. Here's the Terra one. Okay, I can leave the valves open and not care because they've already got suction for particular things. How much of that do I really want? Let's just do 5. Oops. Okay. And there's my Essentia. Alright. Swap things around. That's the stuff I need there. Still need the 5 tellum. Let's finish putting these back. I keep doing that. Okay. Tell him. Tell him what? Tell him I'm busy. Alright, so. Okay. Good. Already got all 5 tellum. Whoa. And I've probably already produced it now. Yep, there it is. Okay, so I now have guard. And then making the next thing. Butcher. Still a thing. Bestia. And Corpus. Clear that. Put that in there. Butcher. Bestia I have. It's right there.
Hello.
Hello.
Apparently, Windows decided it was going to reboot.
Ah, fun. Corpus. Well, I have some guesses as to how I'm going to produce Corpus. Any of the meats would be good. I really don't want 5 Corpus. So bone would be effective. 1 chicken and 1 zombie flesh. That might have some interesting side effects. Or, byproducts. I don't think anything, combines with corpus to form anything else. Interestingly enough. No, doesn't look like it. Where are you going? Well, I'll
Sorry.
go get the bell.
My cat just ran across my desk. I don't know if that came through.
Hmm. And there's a creeper. Apparently retrieving this golem is a slightly dangerous operation. Go! I have my golem back. There's a creeper sitting outside my door.
Go kill it.
Alright. Alright. Back. So, what am I, put you back. Clean up the mess over there. I keep losing my train of thought. Just for early warning, I'll be quitting here fairly soon.
Okay.
Oh yeah, running one of these. Go ahead and do this. Okay, so right. 1 chicken, 1 zombie flesh. Humus, Pitrias, and Bestia. I can work with that. Okay, so Bestia. Humanus. Oop. Yes. Oops. Herba. There. Okay. Victus. Sorry, I've been saying that wrong. Okay. That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted the one vitreous. Or the 5 corpus. Okay. Well, there's the 5 corpus. Okay. Yep, that's not where that goes. Where's my humus jar? Is it in my inventory? It is. There we go. Alright. So let's see here. I should now have a butcher. If I look... What was that? Wow, there's a creeper riding a spider. Monster Hunter. Why am I only... Oh, because I hadn't crafted a sword yet. I was like, I've killed lots of things. It's hardly my first creeper. Why am I only... Oh, right. Because the achievement system has a tiering thing.
Yep.
Alright, so...
Like, I figured out how to cheat that tiering system and playing, like, ultra hardcore. I don't get any of the achievements. Basically, you don't open your inventory until after you have wood, and then you'll never get any of the achievements except for taking inventory.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get more wood again.
Yep. Okay, so... I don't have enough barrels. Because these guys are going to have more output. Out of my way cows, I have to place the things that the thing that's going to kill you. Oh, it's apparently gathered experience. He's trying to kill the chickens. Oh, it's out of range. Crud. Huh. I'm glad you like my curtains, chat. The vacuum cleaner's where it was. And there's another one in game. Vacuum hopper. So, yeah. That doesn't work quite as well as I'd hoped because the vacuum's out of range. I may need to move the vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner?
Vacuum hopper. Blame my chat. Alright. But that's mostly up and running. Let's see if I can improve the positioning of the hopper. Breaking a barrel causes all the things in it to pop out, right?
Correct.
So I want to use a dolly. If I can figure out where I put mine. There it is. With the thing, he's in my way. Straight into here. All right. Let's grab one piece of thickened glass. In order to put that there. Right. So it didn't get the last two blocks here, so I need to move it blocks forward. If I place it here, it actually seems to take up a full block's worth of space. You can walk on it without any problems. That's convenient. Okay. Alright, so he's falling in the hole. I'll get him out of the hole. I have an easy way to do that. I'm sure he could get out of the hole if he wanted to, but I don't think he's gonna bother giving the helping me out that much. Alright, so I'm gonna make a barrel. Better barrel. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and put all these down here. Something for me. It's not pulling them. That's only got a range of 3. So that's just one too far out. Alright. I could try moving it one forward. I could move that one to the left.
You trying to do?
I've got a combined chicken cow farm thing. And I'm using a vacuum hopper. I'm trying to use the same vacuum hopper.
Oh.
And it's presenting some difficulties. In that the vacuum hopper's range is very limited.
Yeah. Vacuum hoppers aren't too bad to make, though. They're pretty cheap.
Yeah. It wasn't so much that I wanted to avoid building another one, it's just because it wouldn't help. So, like, if one managed to pick up something from the other one's stuff, whatever. Huh. I guess I don't have to worry about that one picking up anything from over here. I just want to make sure over here can't pick anything up from over there. How to do? If I put one over here, put it there, I'd pick up things from over here all the time. I could put conveyors under the chicken to put it in range. Conveyors?
Creative.
Conveyor belt? Okay, that'd work. So, right, Railcraft has taken over Minecraft tracks. Iron ingots, redstone, and then...
You're gonna need creosote oil.
That's annoying. Normally I'd just be able to make rails. But Railcraft is completely